This is the Baisley Park Depot, situated in the Southside of Jamaica Queens, 2 blocks north of my residency in Baisley Park houses. Now, Baisley Park holds a small number of routes, which are the Q110, Q111, Q112, Q113, and Q113 Limited, and the express route, the Q121. The equipment that Baisley Park uses are the Orion 7 Ogen hybrids and the B-Line Orion 5s. For the express route, they use the MCI D4500CL commuter coach buses. Now, Baisley Park, in my opinion, is the heart and soul of Southside Jamaica Queens. Of course, you have the Jamaica routes on Murray Boulevard if you don't feel like riding the Ogens, which I keep seeing all the time whenever I'm on 𝐿𝐼 Boulevard. But more details on that later. Now, back in the day, before it was known as Baisley Park Depot, it was called Jamaica Buses, using the ever-famous Burgundy and Brown buses, which I always loved seeing on 𝐿𝐼. Then January 30th, 2006 came in and changed everything. I mean everything, with the formulation of the takeover of the MTA bus company and the process of taking over the 7 private bus companies in New York City. Now, of course, with every bus depot in New York City, it does have its share of pros and cons. The pros being that Baisley Park, throughout the years that it's been in operation, has had its share of really damn good equipment, which are the new Flyer D60 Arctics from Kingsbridge, the 8600 RTS buses from Michael J. Quill, and of course, the classic 1993 Orion 5s from the Bronx and Casey Stengel. Now, sadly, here are the cons of that depot. Now, I heard from many passages with my own ears that there are too many 111s coming down 𝐿𝐼, and in the process of tying up all the schedules that the 113 does. So you know what? The reason why she said that in the way that she did, and that's the way that I would have said it myself, is that the Q111, of course we all know, is the higher demanded and most popular route of Baisley Park, and of course 𝐿𝐼 Boulevard. It gets more heavily used in the Q113. Oh, yeah, right. If I never heard a nickel every time I said that. But anyway, the Q113 pretty much is a damn good bus route, especially on 𝐿𝐼. But you know, there are some times that a Q113 Limited strolls down 𝐿𝐼. It is incredibly empty. So you better take advantage of that, especially when you see it during the rush hour. Now, the 113 pretty much is like the 111 on 𝐿𝐼. It makes the same exact stops going towards Jamaica Center. However, when it gets to the most severely bougie part of Queens, which is considered Springfield Gardens, it splits off, it goes on its own path to Far Rockaway. Now, we come to the QM21, which I covered more than twice in my life. Thank goodness I did, because it is the most awesome ride towards Midtown Manhattan. And speaking of Midtown Manhattan, it makes the same pickups and drop-off stops along Madison Avenue, with the last stop being 57th Street and 3rd Avenue, and the first stop being 23rd and Park. Now, as you all know, that during the morning rush, yeah, I know it's a pain in the ass because it operates every half hour. Hold on, wait a minute, what did you just say? I said every half hour. Though some of the Rochdale Village residents head towards Murray Boulevard and ride the X63, which does come frequently and much more faster than Q121. Bunch of bastards. Shut up, I'm not done yet. But there was this one time, during the 8 o'clock hour, when that last X63 shows up, and of course, it was right behind the Q121 on Linden Boulevard. Of course, they do a lot of work on Linden Boulevard, getting all the Queens residents towards Midtown Manhattan on time, in the longest one-seat ride from Queens itself. Now, I know you got, oh wait a minute, hold on, I know what you guys are thinking right now about Baisley Park. Yeah, it has Ogens, B-Line Orion 5s, and of course MCIs. But here's what I know what y'all are asking. Where are all the RTSs? I mean, seriously, that was the original fleet of Baisley Park, or of course Jamaica buses, before it became Baisley Park. And honestly, who wouldn't love to see an RTS on 𝐿𝐼, especially on a 111 or 113? And another thing, you know, during the morning rush, or even that rush, something like that, of course, an Ogen shows up, and you're thinking it's going in service. And as it gets closer, the damn bus says, "Next bus, please." In the words of Knuckles, that's that bullshit. Oh, and before I forget, I'm going to state this right now, that every time a Q111 or Q113 shows up to Parsons and Hillside, or in this case, Parsons and Archer, there is this long-ass line for the 111. But during the 9 o'clock hour, isn't so bad. But during the 5 o'clock hour, you see this shit right here? The buses are ridiculously crowded. So my best advice is to get on that Parsons and Hillside. So that way, it can free yourself up from getting, you know, cramped and all that stuff. and can get you a nice comfortable seat on the 111 or 113 or the limited, whatever floats your boat. And of course, I must say this right now about the Q113. When it comes to 9:13 p.m. during the weekday and the Saturday night rush, all I can say is your ass is grass if you don't rush your bus. As you can see right here. That's right, you better hold ass to that bus stop right now. Otherwise, you'll end up riding the local the rest of the trip. And I know most people would be heated about that. Seriously. Of course, as you all know, Baisley Park, like its neighbor to the north, which is Jamaica Depot, it has not only one, not two, but three routes, four if you count the Q113 Limited, going into Nassau.
Oh, you bet your ass that they did.
The Q110, which goes to Belmont Park, along with the Q2, during the morning and afternoon rush, two Q111s get sent to Cedarhurst, Peninsula Boulevard, which is just outside of Rosedale. And of course, the Q113 Local and Q113 Limited use Nassau County as its passes towards Far Rockaway. That's right, the Rock. But honestly, Baisley Park has come a long way since the Jamaica bus days, and is doing alright. And besides, the drivers and the crew are some of the best people to be cool with. How do I know? My mom's can second me on that one. Now, with that said, I give Baisley Park an 8 out of 10, even though my own personal score is a 9.5 out of 10, because I know what the hell Baisley Park is damn near capable of. You guys put in a lot of work to keep things moving. And of course, this is Jamaica Queens. Think about it. Everything is more intense. So until then, I'm Reggie Brownline Davis saying don't let anyone steal your joy. And as always, keep it simple and keep it real.